Morning, Dale. How are you?
I'm fine. Fine, thank you. How are
Great.
you?
Good. Thank you so much for taking the time to meet with me today.
No problem. No
I'm, look-
problem at all.
I'm looking forward to our conversation and learning more things about you.
Likewise. Well, I'm not sure about likewise, but I'm happy to try to do this interview and
Awesome.
not take too much of your time because I know you're a busy young lady.
Well, I love doing this. I love our Rotary group, and I love getting to know the members better, and something that I love to do. So I always have time for this kind of stuff for sure. So
Okay.
let's start off like tell me about yourself. Tell us about yourself. Where did you come from?
Oh, I came from my mummy's tummy. No, I anyway, I was born and raised in New Westminster, which was the first capital of British Columbia, New Westminster, on the banks of the Fraser River. And I went to school there and graduated from Lester Pearson High School in 58. I went to university and took a degree in education at UBC. And then I taught school down in White Rock for a couple of years. And then I moved across the water to Victoria. I taught school there. And then I decided I'd take a turn in sales. Not that education isn't sales, it is. You have to sell the kids on what you're trying to teach them. But I went with Investors Group in Victoria in sales, selling mutual funds and guaranteed certificates. And then I was transferred to their head office in Winnipeg, and I worked in the sales training department in their head office there. In 1969, we moved there, and our oldest daughter was a newborn at that time, and she got sick from the cold, dry air, and she was in three different hospitals through that one winter in croupier tents. And we realized then that we had to get out of that climate, get out of that environment. And so we came back. We came back to the west, to Victoria, and I went into back to working with investors out of the Victoria office, and and then about 1975, yeah, about 75, I went into real estate. And I was in real estate for 32 years in Victoria in sales. And yeah, and really enjoyed it. I enjoyed the time with people, trying to find the house of their dreams. And yeah, it was a fun time for me. I was in on the board there in Victoria for 4 years, and yeah, really enjoyed it. Really enjoyed real estate.
Now, you mentioned your oldest daughter. How many kids do you have?
We have two daughters, Jamie, who you know, and Jennifer, our youngest, who's down in Malibu, California, has been there about 20 years. She has our three grandchildren. And right now they're going through those very aggressive fires that are happening in LA area. Kind of scary uh, for them, especially. Yeah, they're just inland a bit from the ocean, but just down from them is Carbon Beach, and that's called Billionaires Row. And there's been fires like crazy down there, and I think Jen and her husband and the kids have just been evacuated. We haven't been able to contact them because the power's been out. Yeah. So
That's a bit nerve-wracking.
yeah, it is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So anyway, that's the long and the short of it.
How did you end up in Kelowna?
We came to Kelowna basically because our oldest daughter, Jamie, lived here, and we thought it was time to get closer to family than just stick around with friends in Victoria. And so we moved here 13 years ago and loved it. We live up here in the golf course community of Gallagher's Canyon. And I don't golf, but when we first arrived, I worked on the golf course. I was a marshal just to get to know people, just to meet people, get to know their names, get to know the neighbors. And it was a really good time. And we still live here at Gallagher's Canyon. Love it.
Nice, nice.
Yeah.
So what university did you go to? I didn't realize you had an education degree.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I went to UBC in Vancouver,
Did you?
got a degree there, and then went down to White Rock, taught school, and then over to Victoria, taught school. Yeah.
That's what my daughter's doing right now. She's in the education program at UBCO here. So
Who?
my daughter is in the
Oh,
education
your
program here.
daughter is. Oh,
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
That's great.
She's so
And how?
excited to be a teacher.
Oh, that's wonderful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Both my parents were teachers, so I didn't want to be a teacher, but
That's okay.
skipped a generation.
Different strokes for different folks,
That's right.
you
That's right.
say.
So
Yeah.
how was university life?
University life was good. I played sports there and spent a lot of time at Brock Hall playing pool and didn't do very well with my studies, but I did graduate.
What sports did you play?
Oh, I played rugby and a little football, and yeah, those are my two main sports that I enjoyed. And yeah, yeah,
Nice.
yeah.
And when did you meet your wife? And how did you meet your wife?
I met Dorothy up at a beautiful camp up in Jarvis Inlet called Malibu, run by Young Life. And I was the lifeguard up there for 13 weeks. And I met her up there and got to know her. And then we started going to the same church back in New Westminster, and I was working a little bit as a volunteer in Young Life in New Westminster. And we got married in 1965. Yeah. And it's been 59 years of, uh, of married bliss. And, you know, yeah, yeah. And it's been great,
That's
really
awesome.
great.
That's awesome.
I give thanks every day for her, for sticking with me and and helping raise our two lovely daughters. And it's been a good experience.
She's lovely. I always like seeing her. She's
Thank you
always
so
got a
much.
smile and such a kind person.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
So tell us about your grandkids. You have three of them, you said?
Yeah, we have three grandchildren down in Malibu, California. One of them just graduated from high school. And then the second youngest would be another boy, and he's in grade 11 at Malibu High School. And then we have a daughter there, a granddaughter, who's 12 years going on 5.
That sounds like a 12-year-old, yeah.
Mhm.
So I love seeing all the great pictures that you and Jamie post on Facebook and stuff. It's obvious that you guys are a very close family and love
Well,
getting together. Do you want to tell us about some of your favorite trips or family things that you've done?
oh, the trips we have taken with our kids have been numerous, and Jamie has really looked after us well. In fact, when we go away on holidays, she insists on keeping our passports to make sure that she that they don't go missing, and she arranges everything we do, and it's been wonderful.
Very
She is our personal concierge.
nice. That's awesome.
Yeah.
Any particular favorite trips?
Favorite
Oh,
trips?
wow.
Well, with the kids, most of them have been. Well, our favorite trips, I think, have been going to Italy. We've gone to Italy 6 times,
Wow.
and Dorothy and I, and we love Italy. We love the people. We love the scenery. Um, yeah, the only thing I don't like about Italy is the driving.
No.
The drivers are crazy. They probably think we're crazy too. But yeah, um, other trips. Well, I I went to Chile in 1981 with a team to build a youth center. I went for a month down there with a team of 20 kids, and I was a joint leader with another fellow. And we built a youth center down there in a little town just off the coast of Chile. And it was for an organization called Youth for Christ. And we built this youth center from excavation right up to the roof in a month. And
Wow.
it was one of the finest experiences of my life. It was just a
Oh,
wonderful, wonderful time, you know. And yeah, that was a big experience. The other one that I've really enjoyed was through Rotary. We went to two world conventions, one in Mexico City and one in Portland, Oregon, and they were very, very interesting and worthwhile endeavors just to go to. You know, yeah. But
awesome.
we enjoy Mexico. We love Mexico. We love the Mexican people. They're so friendly, and we had uh, we had uh, three kids that stayed with us. They were from Mexico, and we got to know them, got to know their families, and we ended up being joint signees on as godparents on their wedding
Oh,
certificates. And that
wow.
was a wonderful, wonderful time. We keep in touch with them now and still, and that's been a few years now. Yeah, yeah.
That's great. So when did you join Rotary and what does
I
Rotary mean to you?
yeah, I joined Rotary back in Victoria. We used to meet at the Empress Hotel in the dining room there,
Nice.
and then we moved over to the men's club. Can't remember what the name of it was now. Yeah, and yeah, it was a good experience being in Rotary there, and uh, very, very interesting time. Yeah, I was vice president with another fellow that went on to be the president. I didn't have much interest in being, uh, you know, uh, the president of the club, but it was fun to be there and help out where I could.
So,
Yeah.
so what does Rotary mean to you?
Well, it means fellowship to me. It means time with other people where you can get to know people and you can try to get through to other Rotarians things about themselves and just it's fellowship. Uh, the other thing I enjoy most about Rotary is the student exchange program. I think that's a very, very worthwhile uh, program that Rotary undertakes worldwide. And the other thing I really enjoy about Rotary are the times that we meet outside of club together. Like the pub nights and guess who's coming to dinner and things like that. I think those are very, very worthwhile endeavors, and we need to do more of that. Yeah,
Absolutely. Yeah, no, I love that too. I love the fellowship. I love our club. It's a
yeah,
great group of
yeah.
people with
We've
walking
got some,
hearts. I love it.
yeah, we've got some wonderful people in our club there, and uh, the different avenues that they are going down, as well as us, well as myself. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
You said
good.
you've had some exchange students. How many students have you hosted over the years?
Exchange students through Rotary.
Yes.
Gee, I would say probably five, maybe exchange students. But outside of Rotary, we've had exchange students that were
Oh, really?
non-Rotary. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
how many of those exchange students have you hosted?
I would say at least three to four. Most of them are from Mexico, and dear friends, family. They're family. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. What an experience for them and for you.
Oh yeah. Well, I think we learned way more than we taught them.
Yeah,
Uh, but it was wonderful.
yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah. And I know you're participating in volunteering through Rotary and stuff. Is there anything that kind of sticks out to you for some of the volunteering activities?
Well, I volunteer where I can, but getting, older, I try to volunteer outside of Rotary too, like the Christmas kettles with Sally Ann. Um, I've been doing that for a few years. That was not really Rotary related. And yeah, so uh, I've done other things with other organizations, and we help out where we can.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And do you sing?
I sing. Yes, I
Yes,
sing in the gospel choir.
that's awesome.
I have been singing for a long time. In my early years, mostly in the shower, but yeah, and it's been enjoyable. We have a great group that sing here in Kelowna, but I also did singing in Victoria as well. And I participated in a number of musicals that were presented
Wow.
through the Victoria Operatic Society. I was a member of that for a number of years. We did a lot of shows.
Wow.
Yeah.
You like acting?
Enjoyed it. Yeah. Yeah. It takes you out of yourself. And yeah, it was a good thing. Good thing. Yeah. Yeah.
That's
Mhm.
awesome. What is there anything that you're particularly proud of about what our club has accomplished?
Um, well, raising two kids, and that's been a wonderful experience for us. And we count them as God's blessing to us. I'm very proud of them. And we are very proud of what
Oh,
they have accomplished. Um, that's probably the main thing. Family is so important to us. And I think that was one of the major accomplishments that we have done. Yeah, yeah,
definitely for sure.
yeah.
How about our club? How about our Rotary Club accomplishments?
Um, well, I have been on the board and served that need and helped out with group exchange and was on that committee. And yeah, um, I would like to see us do more for the older members of our club and get to
Mhm.
know them better, you know. Um, and what you're doing is very important. And yeah, there's a few members there. I don't know, but I would like to see them interview. Would be I don't know if you've done John James or if you've done Evans Premichek, but they're wonderful people, wonderful people.
Yeah,
And
I'm trying to get through everybody, but I get some people that say no, they won't do it with me. So
okay,
yeah,
well,
which
what
is
can
fine, which is
hey,
okay.
hey, you
Personal
can
choice, but I've had some people say no, and
you can lead a horse to water, but you can't make him drink.
it hurts my feelings for a little bit. So sometimes I wait a bit before I ask somebody else. So
Next
But yeah,
question.
no, I'm definitely trying to get through all the members because
Yeah.
I
Well,
I
I
get
think
to know them a little bit better, and I
that's a
love
wonderful
education.
accomplishment on your behalf.
Oh,
It
thank you.
really is.
I love it.
My hat's off to you.
I have to say though, and I mentioned this before we started too, Dale, is like when I've been asked to join Rotary many times over the years, the 22 years I've been here, and finally decided to join, mostly
Yeah.
because there wasn't the weekly requirement, because I always felt bad, being a branch manager and stuff. I'm like a weekly, that's a big commitment and stuff. But it's nice
Yeah.
that they kind of loosen that up a little bit, so that's
Yeah.
great. So I
Yeah.
love being part of our Rotary, and so I got my
Yeah.
job as you mentioned before and stuff. But you were like such a, a welcoming hug almost when I joined Rotary. You're one of the first people that came up to me. You were so kind and you're so good to everybody, Dale. You walk around the room, you make sure they're seen, they're welcome, and I think you're awesome. I'm almost gonna make myself cry here because I just think you're just one of my most favorite people, and I thank you. You make such a difference in all of our lives by making us feel welcome and seen and heard.
Well, thank you for that. I I've sort of always been sort of an outgoing type person that tries to help where I can. And yeah, yeah. When people are really hurting, I try to be there for them, you know. And yeah, it's something I've always done.
Yeah, you're amazing. Don't change you. That's you're such a gift for our club. I appreciate you
Thank you.
immensely. What is something people would be surprised to know about you that they don't know?
Well, maybe the fact that I'm a Christian and I believe in God, and we go to church regularly, and we try to do what we can for organizations through our donations. And yeah, I think that's the main thing about us. Dorothy and I, we
Like to give where it's needed.
yeah, we like to give where it is needed. Yeah, not only donations, but time. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you. Thank you for all that you do. That's
Thank
amazing. What else would you like to share about yourself or our club that we haven't talked about?
Gee.
Is there anything?
I don't I don't know. I'm at a loss for words about that. I mean, um, yeah, we love spending time with people. We love having people over. Uh, um, it's wintertime is a nice time to have people over because you're sort of shut in, and you like to have people in,
Mhm.
while the Christmas tree is still up.
Yeah.
So, so that's, but there's not a, there's not a lot to tell you, to be honest with you. Yeah,
And you
yeah.
like to travel.
We do like to travel, and we haven't got any plans right now, but I hope to hit the road in March
Ah, nice.
somewhere.
I love traveling too. We're going to Mexico next month, and then I've never been to Europe, so we're thinking about going to Portugal in September.
Good for you. Where are you going in Mexico?
Playa de Carmen.
Have you been there before?
A few times, but this
Yeah,
is the first time we just rented a place. We're not at a hotel. We're
that's
going
wonderful.
to go solo and try to see if we can manage that. Okay.
Well, that's the best way to go, because that way you can buy your own food and have your own kitchen, and it saves a lot, money wise to do that. And yeah, uh,
Yeah,
Europe.
we find at hotels sometimes the food's not that great, the drinks aren't that great, and you're paying all
Uh
this
huh.
money, and it's like, oh,
Uh huh. Uh huh.
we always
So
enjoy it, but it's just like, maybe we'll
yeah,
try it on our own and see, like you said, you can do your own meals and all that kind of stuff, or go out to the Because when you're at an all-inclusive, you don't go to the local restaurants. It'd be nice to experience the local restaurants more, get to know those
Exactly.
people and stuff. Yeah.
Exactly. And
Yeah.
support them. Portugal. I would suggest if you're if you want to go on a nice tour with a company, Gate One Travel is wonderful. If you've heard of them, you check them out. Check out
Okay.
their website. They have wonderful trips. We've gone on several trips with them. Never disappointed. Yeah, yeah. And
Good to know.
Portugal's a lovely country. We've been there, and the Algarve is beautiful. I'd like to go to Lisbon. I've never been there, but it's the Portuguese people are nice. They're kind of standoffish. They don't reveal themselves right away, but that's just the temperament of the people, I think.
Yes. Yeah.
Conservative,
Yes.
but
Yeah.
they're very, very nice people.
Troy's old boss lives there, so well, that's why we picked Portugal to start.
What did you say?
Troy's boss, old
Oh,
boss lives there, so that's why we thought our first European adventure will be somewhere where we know
well,
somebody. So
yeah. Well, that's wonderful. And uh, what does Troy do for a living?
he's a medical courier.
Oh, okay. All
Hmm.
right.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's very important, and that's wonderful to know. Um, so, do you have any children?
Yes, I have. My daughter goes to university here. She's going to be a
Oh,
teacher.
yeah,
Yeah.
teacher. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
right on. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. Well,
And then
that's
our furry children.
okay. Oh, furry children. We
Yeah.
have furry children. We have a furry child.
Right? They're so important.
Oh gosh. Yeah, our cat brought us through COVID. We love him dearly.
Oh,
He is so important to us. I can't tell you how important he
oh,
is.
I get it. I get it. We got a cat and a dog, so
Oh, good for
love
you.
them, love them. We're definitely are
What kind of a dog?
a white husky.
Oh, we had a Norwegian elk hound.
He's the
A
best.
Norwegian a
Yeah.
Norwegian elk hound, very similar to a husky,
Yeah.
only a little shorter and stockier. And you have a husky.
Yes.
Wonderful. How
Yeah.
old?
5.
5 years old.
Yeah.
Wonderful. We had a Norwegian elk hound for 14 years when we were living in Victoria.
They're the
Oh,
best.
wonderful,
Mhm.
wonderful breed.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Dogs and cats are really important, I think, anyway. I can't
Oh,
imagine
yeah.
not having one or the other.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Well, it was so awesome talking to you, Dale. Always good to see you. Thank you for
Thank
your
you.
time today.
Likewise. Thank you for your time. And yeah,
Hope to see you next Tuesday at the next meeting.
absolutamente.
Okay. I'll get my hug then.
Okay.
Okay. Thanks, Dale.
Ciao. Bye bye.